Hi, I'm V and today I'm going to show you how to do really beautiful dewy makeup. I'm going to use a few tools for this instead of using my finger because I want everything to be beautifully blended and finished. So the first thing I'm going to put the first thing I've done actually is I've layered my face with a lot of hydration and moisture because you can't get dewy makeup on dry skin. If your skin is dry, dry as in that's your skin type, then you should also use like a little bit of face massage and a little bit of face oil after you've done your hydration bit. So use a hydrating serum and a hydrating moisturizer if your skin is oily or normal, and if your skin is dry, then you use a hydrating serum, you use a hydrating moisturizer, and then you massage in a little bit of oil to really like look lit from within, because good makeup starts with good skincare. I always feel that you can't just be a makeup person and not believe in skincare, okay? Especially if you want like a beautiful dewy look. So I have done all of that. Second thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to apply base, and this time I'm going to use a beauty blender. I try not to use tools in my videos, but if you want like really beautiful dewy look, then this is important. Because a dewy look, you're not going to have any color, you're not going to have any sort of smokiness, you're not going to have kajal. Everything is about your skin, right? And you see how beautifully a beauty blender blends foundation on your face. And the thing is, you can get away by applying a little bit more and still look perfectly natural. Okay, so I don't even know why people apply so much of foundation when they're using, so many layers of product when they're using a beauty blender, because it shears everything out to an extent that you can actually have a chance of looking natural. So why not use it for that? But anyway, that's just what I think. Each to their own. Again, I don't believe in covering up. If you have reasonably good skin, don't get into that trap of covering up every little minor flaw, because use the tip of the blender for the under eye, because when you get into that trap, it really is a trap. You just end up concealing your beautiful skin. Okay, I'm patting this all in with a damp beauty blender. So I will wet it, and then I have squeezed it dry, and then I squeezed it damp, not dry. The other thing that for like really beautiful glowing skin is to choose like perhaps one shade warmer than your skin tone, especially if you're fair and you want to look dewy and glowing. It's always you look more dewy and glowing, especially in pictures, if you choose a shade which is a little bit warmer. So you see that here, see this shade? I'm going to apply a little bit more on my neck. Don't be afraid of makeup, guys. It can help you. But the thing is, don't overdo it. So I'm done with my base now, which I'm not going to powder because this base is the Fenty Beauty, the glowing matte or the matte the foundation, the matte foundation. So you don't really need powder with like a matte base. Don't wear a matte foundation and then put like mattifying powder, because again that means that you'll end up looking really chalky. Then I've got my new contour palette, illuminating palette from Hourglass, which is really nice. So the first thing I'm going to do is you can do it with your finger also, but like I said, today I've decided to use the blender because it gives a really nice sheer look. Okay, so follow the shape of your cheekbone and you apply a bit of contour. Then I choose the middle shade, which is a peachy blush. Blend that in also. I think it's easier to use a blender than it is to use brushes. And then finally, illuminator. One stroke like this, draw a V. You can use the pointed part of the blender when you're closer to the eye, so there is more precision. It's better to use cream textures if you want like a really nice dewy look. V shape. I think I went a little bit up with that, so I'm going to do that here also. And then blend, blend, blend. Blending is what it's all about. You don't want harsh lines of makeup on your face, on the temples. Lightly dab. Bridge of your nose. Under your mouth. And also use the same highlighter on your lid. And blend it up and out. Now that we have done this, we need a little bit of definition, and that definition also we will give with glowy metallic colors. I've got this new Tarte kit which has all these colors. Now I know some people say Tarte is repetitive and like, you know, they keep bringing out the same palettes again and again. Maybe that's right, but I'm very happy with this palette. So I'm going to use a bronze, a coppery bronze, this coppery bronze shade. In the crease. So you just need like different colors of metallics. To actually give shape to your lids. And when in doubt, just keep blending. The thing is that if you don't add some contours to your face, then with so much of glow and frosty colors, you can end up looking like a little bit too, a little bit flat, ironically. So you need a little bit of definition on your lids or around your cheeks. Then I'm just going to use a little darker rose gold, this one. You can stop right here if you want, but I just want a little more enhancement of my lids. So I'm going to use that. And now just to make sure that all the textures are blended in, I'm just using the same shade in powder as my highlighter on top of the creamy highlighter, so it all looks blended in till the side of your and the tops of and your brow bones, till the sides of the inner corners of your eyes and the tops of your brow bone. Okay. Now to add a little bit more definition and not to take away from the glow, we'll just use this almost black eyeshadow pencil. And just rub it between the lids. So that the shape of your eye gets defined. You can also choose to join the outer corner of your eyes. And join it inwards. Then I'm going to add a touch of brow pencil. Remember, when you're doing a dewy look, you need to support the dewiness with definition. But not too much, because then you'll just take away from that softness, from the softness of this look. Okay, I'm going to add mascara before I forget. That is also part of our definition. Remember, it's about layering good skincare, layering different textures of products. I'm going to add a little bit more of bronzer, just where I need it. That contrast makes the glow look a little more enhanced. The thing is that you don't need to add too much of contrast because that will just take away from the fragility of the look. I'm going to add my lip color. I'm using this new Hourglass, the really slim lipsticks. I'm going to put the details below the video. Again, it's a creamy lipstick. I'm not wearing a matte lipstick. You can even wear a clear gloss. And just to finish, where is my eyeshadow palette? There it is. And just to finish, I am going to add a touch, a touch of this same, the light shade which I've used like on top of my highlighter. I'm going to use this as a final finishing touch on top of my cheekbones. And dab away with it, at it with a little bit of blender to just blend it all in. This is my dewy, glowy, nude, natural look, which I think would be quite perfect for Diwali also, if you ask me.